Hello friends, welcome to my channel, and today we will start new part. This is CMA part 1. Earlier we did for part 2. This is part 1, first classes. And first we start from section D chapter. Section D chapter you can see here, and this book is very much famous in market. Hawk Book International LLC. This is a very famous book, and we will refer this book for this first class. And we started from chapter section D, cost management, and I will share all the topics detail for whole session. And first class we have to understand the concept first, because first we need to understand all the concept, then only we can solve the problem, right? If we go direct for the problem, then this would not be proper way, and only solving the problem is not the solution. That's why first we have to understand the concept, then we will revise, and then we start for the practice question as well, right? And today I just explain shortly as this cost management, and what we will read in this section, cost management. This is section D, and here are total 5 units under this section D. Section D, that's unit 1, that measurement concept. That measurement concept includes why, cost management, classification of cost, and product cost versus period cost, cost based on level of activity, fixed, variable, and mixed cost, introduction to the costing system, introduction to the cost accumulation method, introduction to the cost measurement system, and cost of goods sold, COGS, and cost of goods manufactured, COGM. Okay, this will cover under this unit 1. And unit 2 will cover costing system, review of introduction to the costing system, that is process costing. Process costing is the first topics. We will discuss later on when we will start that chapter, process costing, and job costing, and operation costing, life cycle costing, customer life cycle costing. This will cover under unit 2 of this section D. And unit 3, overhead cost. Unit 3 section will cover introduction to accounting for overhead costing, traditional standard allocation method, activity based costing, and share service cost allocation, cost of single one service and support the department to multiple users, allocating cost of multiple service department, and last one is estimating fixed and variable cost. These topics will cover under the unit 3 of section D, and section D unit 4 this is a supply chain management. In supply chain management we will study what is supply chain management and resource management, lean resource management, JIT, just in time inventory management system, Kanban, and introduction of MRP, II, ERP, outsourcing, and theory of constant, TOC also called, and capacity level and management decision. These topics we will cover under this unit. This is the section D, unit 4 we will cover, and last one for this section D. Section D last unit will cover business process improvement. How can we improve the business process, and the value chain and competitive advantage, and process analysis, business process reengineering, benchmarking, process performance, activity based management, ABM also called, and the concept of Kaizen costing. This is the cost of quality, ISO 9000, quality management and productivity, and other quality related issue, and accounting process redesign. All topics we will cover under business process improvement, right? These are more theory based chapter. This is like a business process reengineering. This is business process reengineering also we already studied in part 2. CMA part 2 also included this chapter. If we study here, and also helpful for the CMA part 2 chapter these topics, and JIT also cover under CMA part 2 chapter. In supply chain management, product lab, and activity based costing is not covered under CMA part 2 section. Some of the topics are covered on CMA part 2 as well. That's why if we study here, and that will be easy for CMA part 2 as well, right? All these are the summary of this section. Total 5 units, and every units have almost 5 to 7 separate topics, and we have to do also problems, and we have to solve all the questions, and we will do practice question as well. That will the paid, and we will do that online. And if you are also as a CMA student, it will be very beneficial for you, because first I will teach you all the concepts, and then I will provide you all the questions that will be paid, but I will provide you online. Then I will solve also as well. And this book is very much good in market. It is very much famous in market, and this is also very costly book. And this one I purchased from online. This book also very costly. I purchased for the personal purpose, but I am just sharing in this video. And if you are really new and you are just starting to pursue the CMA course, then you may not understand the everything, but you just first understand the concept, and later on definitely you will understand. And if you are a student, I always suggest subscribe my channel and join, and this will be very helpful for you, because I have already studied all these topics and all these books, and also I have already appeared the CMA part 2 exam, and I know what are the topics covered for CMA part 2 and how we will already I have faced the exam also, exam patterns, how can we manage the time, everything I have the experience. That's why I will share time to time the advice when you are required, right? If you are really a student, then it will be very helpful for you, and don't miss out any single classes. This is the first class for CMA part 1. Okay, now we will discuss on this unit 1 section D, and why this cost management, why cost management is required. Simple, I just show in this book, and it will be very helpful for you rather than to say something myself. This section D, first of all, cost management, section D, and this will cover 50% of weightage of this entire book. 15%. If we finish this book, and 15% of chapter of this book will cover, right? Section D, with 15% of part exam. Section D focus on the process of determining how much of each cost produce a product. Means if we are producing one product, right, how much cost will require, right? That will determine cost management, right? That is why we can, if we know how much cost, then we can decide whether that product to be produced or not, right? That is why this cost management will help us for decision making for manufacturing product or not. These topics cover the several types of the cost accumulation, cost measurement, and cost allocation system. Cost accumulation means source of cost, right? What are the source of cost? And cost measurement means how can we measure that cost, either unit, right, either number. That is the cost management. And cost allocation system means how can we allocate the cost. Suppose we produce 10 products, it's 10 units of a same product, right? And if we produce 10 units different product, that is belonging to different department. In this case, how can we allocate that cost to department, right? Suppose another example, how can I give you example? Simple. Suppose I have one warehouse, okay, that is rented. In warehouse, I don't produce single product, okay, I produce multiple of product. There are multiple of product. That is my market is available. That's why I have multiple of product. Okay. Suppose one product I produce that toys. Toys means that for kids I produce toys. Okay. And second, I produce some bakery items, right? That is normally breads, right? Other biscuits item cover under bakery item. Okay. and these are separate, these are different, but single warehouse I am using. In that case, that cost, warehouse cost, that will be the rent. In other, suppose there will be a staff and attendance staff and maintenance staff, cleaning staff, and other labors will be there, right? And how can I allocate that cost to that product? That will be the system. How can I allocate that system? We will understand in this chapter, right? This is an allocation system. That is the meaning of this one. Okay. And operation efficiency and business process performance of the firm. Definitely, suppose I am spending some amount to produce one product, right? And that product normally what time will take, what cost will take, actually applicable to make a final product, that we have to measure from this cost management process. And then I will identify whether that product has been efficiently produced and that is performance that is beneficial to the firm or not. That will be measured. Means overall, this is completely cover of a product, which is final product we produce, and from manufacturing, and after that measuring unit, allocation of cost, and after that this will be this performance, everything that manufacturing process, everything performance, that measurement and efficiency we will study in this chapter, right? The major topics variable absorption costing, joint product and byproduct costing, process costing, job order costing, operation costing, life cycle costing, overhead allocation, activity based costing, shared service cost allocation, estimating fixed and variable cost, supply chain management, business process improvement. Okay, the three topics that will most challenging are variable and absorption costing. Absorption costing and variable costing. We will study what is the absorption costing, what is the variable costing, right? And what is the process costing, what is the activity based costing. Okay. Why cost management? Cost management system are used as basic transaction reporting system and for the external financial reporting. Cost management system not only provide the relative financial reporting, but they also track costs in order to provide information for the management decision making, right? Means cost management system we use to report for the external financial reporting as well as basic transaction reporting system. Okay, cost management not only provide the reliable financial reporting, but they also track the costs in order to provide the information management decision making, right? And the most important function of cost management is to help the management focus on factors that make the firm successful The management accountant is an integral part of the management. Identify the summarizing and reporting of critical success factors and necessary for the firm's success. Critical success factors are limited number of characteristics, conditions, and variables that have direct and important impact on the efficiency, effectiveness, and variability of organization. Right. The example of cost management. How can we? What is will be the example of cost management? Here is also given. The cost management accountant can provide information about source of fund, competitive advantage such as cost, productivity, and or efficiency advantage the firm has relative to competitors, or about the additional price the company can charge for the additional features that makes its offering distinctive relative to the cost of aiding of this feature. The strategic cost management is cost management that is especially focused on the strategic issues such as this. Thus, cost management contributes to the company's achieving strategic goal and objective. Right? Cost management contributes that companies achieving strategic goals and objective. Evaluating operating performance. How can we evaluate the operating performance? That is, operating effectively or not, efficient or not. This will be evaluated. And another thing is this classification of cost. There are confusion, right? Most of us are confused about the cost and expenses. What is cost and what is expenses? Cost means resource given up to achieve an objective, and expenses are also cost, but all expenses are not cost. Why? Because expenses include and there's depreciation which cannot be recorded in the system, accounting system, that also include the expenses, but costs do not include that items. Only difference is there. Some YouTube error is coming here. Okay, cost and expenses. Okay, we don't go deeply, but simple. Cost means those Okay, I think now it's working. Hope it's working. I'm not able to see whether this is working or not. Let's discuss about the cost and expenses. Okay, cost already I told you, this is the resource given up to achieving an objective. Means suppose I purchase one product, that is cost, but that product only purchasing, that is not my business, right? I have to store in our house, and that will keep as an inventory, and after that I will sell in market, and I will expend some admin expenses, selling expenses, right, and carrying cost. Everything will be incurred there. That will be expenses. And when I purchase one inventory, that will be the cost, and after that whatever expenses I incur, that will be expenses. That is why that's expenses. All expenses are not cost, but all cost are expenses. Simple. And cost is specifically, that is economic concept, while expenses is an accounting concept, right? And how can I simplify this concept? That is, expenses includes, suppose, admin expenses, selling expenses, other opportunity costs, that is depreciation, whatever. But costs do not all include all these expenses items. Suppose I purchase one item, that will be the cost directly, that is separable, that is identifiable. That only include the cost. And now product cost and period cost. What is product cost and what is period cost? Mainly product costs are those costs we incur to produce one product. Okay, suppose I produce one product, and there will require direct material, right, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. These are the product cost. Whatever product we produce, that cost required, the cost, whatever we made, the expenses we applied, that is product cost. Direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. What is the manufacturing overhead? Maybe the, suppose, indirect labor and indirect material, right, that is directly related to manufacture of product, that are the manufacturing overhead. Okay, and period costs. Period costs are not a direct cost, direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. Period costs are normally we can define as a selling overhead, admin expenses, distribution expenses. These are called as period costs. Also given here example, it is given the direct material. Product costs are direct material, direct labor, manufacturing overhead. Both fixed and variable cost are included as a product cost. Okay. And period cost. If we want to know the period cost, what is mentioned here? This period cost is mentioned here. Period costs are cost of for activities other than production of the actual production of the product. The period costs are expenses they are incurred. The number of period costs is almost unlimited because period costs include essential everything. This is the main thing for this meaning. Okay, essential everything other than product costs. What are the product costs? Product costs only the direct material, direct labor, manufacturing overhead. These are the product costs. Other than everything expenses, all expenses, every expenses are period costs. Simple. This saying other than the product cost, since all cost must be either product cost, period cost. The more commonly used example of period cost. What cost normally we used to say these are the period costs. It is given the example: selling, admin expenses, and accounting. But period costs are all cost any department that is not involved in production. Product costs can be variable, fixed, mixed, but they are not included in calculation of good sold, good of sold, or cost of good manufacture. Both which are we will study later on. For the financial reporting purpose, period costs are expenses to the income statement. That is period cost. Normally we disclose in the income statement. Simple. And we will study tomorrow activity based costing. And for today we will end this session today here.